Zay told me he sent some shit, so we're working on some amen shit. Yeah, club in the morning, off like 2. Sip champagne when we talk about views. Ain't cut like us, we stuck in the trap. Steak ain't rare, so we sending it back. All of my brothers are rare, can't cap. The money was quick, now we sending a few. I'm down by the 100, we starting to shoot. I hit 21.
Artificially Genuine, episode 25, part 1. We got a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Deja vu.
What's up, Fabian? What's up, Joel?
What up?
Before I introduce myself, just want to give you guys a shout out. I just want to thank you guys so much because the truth is, you guys are my best friends.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys know, we have a cohort of a really good, tight-knit group of friends that have been my best friends. And like I mentioned, Joel, you were my best friend growing up in high school, basketball buddies. Fabian, I met you a little bit later in college, but
Yeah.
since then,
Since then, inseparable.
yeah, so I can't thank you guys enough for having me here in your guys' podcast, Artificially Genuine. I love the show, man. I give you guys likes and comments.
Hell yeah.
But
Thank you.
my name is Bobby Martinez. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm a local teacher, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, just someone that wants to do good in the community. So, you know, that's my name, Bobby Martinez. But one of the things that I tell my students is, you know, to really get to know someone, you have to experience them like this. So this is who I am, you know. So
Yeah. Which means ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you don't get to know nobody. So that's one big thing. But let's get into you, Bobby. What do you like to do? What do you like to do? What do you do? Tell us. Talk to us.
yeah, man. So besides teaching, I became one of the youngest council members ever in the county of Ventura County.
Damn it.
That's right.
That's awesome, man.
I think the stats say that I'm the youngest mayor ever in the city of Hueneme. So, I'm the former mayor of the city of Hueneme. I'm still a council member, so I got one more year left on my belt. But so I do a lot of things for the community, for my students. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for 10 years. I teach math, entrepreneurship, videography. I do a little bit of everything. I like making videos. I love traveling. Basketball is one of my passions. But dude, there's a whole list of stuff, just like many of us. Like there's all kinds of stuff that we love to do. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
All right. So you made teaching a career. What got you into it? Did you ever want to be a teacher? Did somebody nudge you in the right direction? Talk to us.
You know, I think all of us are teachers. All of us are teachers at heart. We're always teaching someone something new. Like if you have a little brother, you have a cousin, even if you got parents, you're teaching them something, you know? So I didn't want to be a teacher growing up, but I had my friends who thought that I make a great teacher. But I want to say there was this turning point in my life where I said to myself, you know what? I think I can become a teacher. And rest in peace, Mr. Callis, one of the greatest math teachers of all time at Hueneme High School. He pushed me to go in front of the class and teach derivatives. It was a calculus class. And it happened because literally everybody in the class didn't understand it. And I was explaining it to him. And he's like, you know what? You go up there and teach the class. And so he was real old school, man. This guy was cool, surfer guy, really cared about everybody. He made sure everybody understood the math before we continued moving forward. But he got me up there. We had the old school projectors. You know, I don't know if you remember what they're called, but you had the clear, you know, you had to write on it. So I remember that lesson like if it was just yesterday. And that's when I got up there and I saw all the students. It wasn't like a presentation because I understood it and I knew that they didn't. And it's when I was like, you know what, man, I think this is something that I can do. So and then I thought about it, but I didn't really know I was going to start teaching. And so I went to UCSB and I started working with kids in an after school program. And I fell in love with the youth. And I felt like they were keeping me young. And there's so many great things about teaching that comes with it. Like, you know, summer breaks, winter breaks, ski weeks coming up. I don't even know what ski week is, you know.
Sounds tight.
But they're giving me a week off, so I'm gonna take it, you know.
That's cool, man.
And for any upcoming teachers that want to become teachers, was it an easy process? Were there late nights studying? How does that work?
Advice.
No, for sure. With any type of education out there, you're gonna have to study and you're gonna have to do your work. But it's really straightforward. You have to have a bachelor's. You gotta go to 4-year. After that, you have to apply to the credential school program that might be a year and a half. And then there might be like 1 or 2 tests depending on what your degree was on. Like, for example, my degree is in mathematics. So I didn't have to take what they call the CSET so that I can teach math since I already have my bachelor's. But you still have to take something called the CBEST. Super easy. If you took the high school exit exam and you passed it, you can pass it.
Oh shit!
You know, so
I got a story about that, but yeah, we'll save that for another time. Yeah, man.
Any hobbies? Do you like to travel? What do you like to do?
yeah, no, you threw out the travel on purpose because you know I like to travel. So I've actually been on a couple of traveling trips with Fabian. Fabian can tell you a lot of the cool stories that we've had, but we've gone to Canada. We've been to London,
Amsterdam, France. And thank you for that. You saved me, bro, because I took some medication and you got me through the other side. It was pretty cool. So thank you for that.
What does that mean?
Well, what it means is growing up, I always had to be the responsible one.
Yeah.
And
The
so,
leader of the pack.
gosh, man, I don't know if this was true with you guys or not. Like maybe I don't know if with your mom and your dad, like, but people used to say like, hey, is Bobby gonna go? If Bobby's going, then you guys can go.
You guys are good.
So I kind of felt like I always had the responsibility of taking care of the whole group, even if they don't tell me what they're doing, you know, behind the scenes, you know. I still clean up, you know, the mess, but not that it was a mess, baby. But
We were
I
good.
have
We
a
made it to
feeling-
the other side.
I have a
But
feeling it was a mess.
but out of all the places you've been, is there one in particular that you really gravitated to? Where is that?
I feel like every time someone asks me this question, I have a totally different answer. Because then I start thinking about, okay, well, when I went here, when I went there, been to Costa Rica. I still haven't been to Asia and Africa. So those are some of the places in my to-do list, on my bucket list.
Okay.
But gosh, dude, right now I want to say Italy, man. Italy, if you haven't been to Florence, it's kind of like, think of it like this, like you know your parents, you know your grandparents, you know your great grandparents, right? So when you go back to Mexico, if you've been to Mexico, okay, that's kind of like going to see your grandparents. But when you go back to like Europe, it feels like you're seeing your great grandparents, and you get to see all this history. We went to go see the Colosseum. We went to the Vatican. We went to go see Pisa, which was super trippy because it was tilted. I think Italy for sure would be my favorite right now. If you ask me right now, that's my answer. But if you ask me tomorrow, I might give you a different answer.
How was the food? Was the food amazing like they say it is?
How was
over
the
there?
pizza and pizza?
I heard tipping is bad over there too. Is that true?
Tipping?
Yeah, tipping. You're not supposed to tip over there. Or am I like
Disrespectful.
yeah, huh?
I don't remember the tipping, but I can tell you for sure the pizzas.
Oh, that's Japan, my dude.
Is it?
Yeah, Japan, you cannot tip.
Jamie,
Disrespectful.
Google that. There's no
Yeah,
Jamie. Wrong show.
The pizza out there, it's crazy, man. The ingredients are so fresh. Like no joke, man. Like the dough, the cheeses. And it's funny because they don't even put a bunch of toppings. Like they just put like, here's some cheese there, here's some veggies over here.
Splash of this, splash of that.
It's not like the pizzas here where like they got all kinds of sauce, all kinds of cheese, all kinds of toppings. No, man, they're like, you know what? That'll do, you know?
It's more like the bread and the tomato sauce, right? And then they'll throw a little bit of cheese here and
Is
there.
everything
Like
smaller?
a little block of cheese here and there.
Is everything smaller there too? Her portion size is a little bit smaller. Am I tripping? I feel like I'm making all this shit up right now.
And does the food take longer?
What do you mean?
Because sometimes, like when we went to Puerto Rico, we would ask for food and it would take like 45 minutes. The food was fire, amazing. But it took 45 minutes versus right here is like 20, 15, 20 minutes.
That's
Easy. So was the food
No,
quick?
look, I would say it's like anywhere. Like there's always going to be something different. There's a little bit of everything. So yeah, there were some places that take a little bit more. There's some places that take a little bit less.
Right.
But it's just depending on where you're at, dude. There's so many thousands and thousands, millions of restaurants everywhere you go and places to eat. So every place is going to be a little unique. Yeah, a little different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies? Do you like to do anything for fun? What do you like to do?
Dude, man, I don't think I mastered anything specific, but I always like doing it a little bit of everything. Like, do you remember us skateboarding, playing basketball, playing soccer? But for sure, I want to say basketball has been my passion. I still been playing ball till this day. Like, I'm gonna go wake up early tomorrow to play some basketball.
Where at?
At the Boys and Girls Club in Hueneme.
Okay.
So this is something that I'm actually very proud of because it's what I pushed in the city of Hueneme to open up its first gym. I
Okay.
had all kinds of goals going into city council, and one of those was like, hey man, I want to build a gym in our city.
Yeah.
But like anything, it costs money, and we need to find a location. And then all of a sudden, I had this idea. I'm like, hey man, Bobby, like you're fighting to build a gym. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen because it has to be in agreement with all the council. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, there's already gyms in the city,
Yeah.
but they're not gyms for the community. So then I thought about, why don't we just open up one of those existing gyms? So the Boys and Girls Club here in the city of Port Hueneme is open for the public on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday mornings from
And
8.
That's on Pleasant Valley, right? Pleasant Valley and near
Pleasant Valley.
Ventura
So
Road.
the only downside is right now it's only for adults 18 and over, but I'm working on getting it so that we can open up to the youth and open up more sports like volleyball, maybe some indoor soccer.
Yeah.
That would
that'd
be pretty cool.
sick.
There
Yeah.
you go. So
Yeah.
keep doing your thing,
Yeah,
making
man.
some change in this city.
Yeah, dude.
If you like what you're hearing, comment down below. We'll be right back. This is Artificially Genuine.